Aha. So this is lunch today. What did you say it was, babe?
It's
cauliflower soup.
Cauliflower and vintage cheddar soup. And
Lovely.
chives from the garden.
Amazing. Oh, the sun is coming. It's coming. It's coming, isn't it? It's getting very bright. Amy's being very noisy this morning. She's telling us about all of the things she's been getting up to. What have you been doing today? Something, because you're very noisy. Well, today it's Wednesday, it's a happy hump day, and Lids and I are going to be heading to Bicester to do a little bit of shopping. I'm primarily going to have a look for a little bit of gear for an upcoming trip. I need to get some sort of weather-proof, or not weather-proof, just weather-suitable clothing. I'm going to be doing some hiking. I want to make sure that I'm warm. I want to make sure that I'm staying relatively dry. It doesn't need to be waterproof, but anything that's going to help me have a more comfortable experience. So maybe I'll look for some suitable shoe wear or boots or hiking boots or something along those lines as well. So yeah, that's why I'm going, and Lydia no doubt will be looking for things around the house as usual, and we'll both do a little bit of shopping, and we might even find something for you again, Lumi. Sitting there cleaning herself. But anyway, that is the plan of today, so it should be good because this is going to be the first time I've been to Bicester Village since lockdown, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what it's like, what precautions they're taking. We're going to have our masks ready to go, so yeah, it'll be a new experience, I'm sure. Whew. I've just ran up the stairs and I feel out of breath. That's ridiculous. I'm 31 years old and I can't run up a set of stairs without feeling out of breath. Anyway, I thought I'd quickly come up and jump in front of the mirror to share with you the very basic outfit that I'm rocking today. I'm wearing a pair of black Church's leather boots, Jack Jones black jeans, and a deep dark charcoal grey jumper. My watch, very basic today because I want to be comfortable, because hopefully going to be trying on some new pieces, and there's nothing worse that when you're going shopping having to take loads of clothes off, put loads of clothes on. It's a bit annoying, so yeah, I thought I'd just keep it nice and simple today. I've managed to get Lydia to drive down to Vista, and that is a rarity. Normally I'm the guy that drives, so I'm going to make full use of it. I'm going to get busy working on the way down there. The reason why Lydia is driving today is because I'm currently on hold to my bank, who have been a pain in the over the last couple of months. They have taken hours to answer the phone, and that is not an exaggeration. I was on hold for well over an hour. I think at one point one call was a 2-hour wait to get through to them, and currently one of my bank cards has expired, and they said they'd sent out a new one. I chased up on it when it didn't arrive, and they said, sorry, should have arrived ages ago, we're going to send you another one. That one hasn't arrived, and they did have the correct address and everything for it, so it's really, really strange. So I'm now on the phone to them again to let them know that the card has now actually expired, so I can't spend on it. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm sure I'll work my way around it. But hopefully I can get on the phone to them so they can make sure that my bank card actually arrives so we can get back to business. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, jump in the car, because it's currently 12:30. And I have a video that goes live tonight at 5 PM. So I need to get there and get back, hopefully, to upload my video. It's going to be tight. I don't really know what to expect in terms of busyness.
I think it's just going to
be normal.
Yeah.
Look at this, babe. Get a little waterproof bag. That's so funny. It's very colourful in here, isn't it? So as you walk into Bicester Village, if you have a little cheeky look to the left, you'll see I've got a couple of beehives. Oh yes. Be careful with the boot. This has come out in record time. Oh, but that's Oh, well, we have had a pretty successful day. Would you say so?
Babe, it's only half time.
It's only half time. It's not half time, it's 5:30. We've been here for, what, a few hours?
Yes.
I've had a good go. Managed to pick up some really nice bits. I didn't get all of the things that I wanted to get for my trip, but these things take time, and I'm not just going to buy things for the sake of it. They need to be right. I had my advisor with me today, personal shopper, giving me all the good advice.
I did, didn't I? I've given you the good advice today.
I would have bought, so basically...
You would have bought about 5 gilets.
I was talking to one of my friends the other day that said, Ali, you need 2 gilets. You need one smart gilet, which you can wear when you're going out for dinners underneath a blazer or a jacket, and you need one country functional jacket for when you're going out on your walks or you're hiking, or it's because you want to stay warm going to the football or whatever. So I'm like, that's genius. It's so simple. I've got here and I thought I'd found both, but if it wasn't for Lydia, she rightly pointed out that the one that I thought was quite functional, which it was functional, wasn't very country, and that's the style that I wanted.
It didn't have the detailing,
the tones
that you wanted.
No, it needed to have that mixed texture of green and browns, and it was just green. Had a bit of gold in it, which I really like. But anyway, I brought an incredible gilet from Loro Piana, and it was...
I'm sorry, who bought you?
You did. So that's so true. Right, so I was going to... Lydia tested me, like, so good. If you ever do this, actually, with somebody, it's such a good way of practicing this. I went into a shop and I found this gilet, and it was very expensive. It was £2,000 reduced to £1,000, which for a gilet is very expensive. Loro Piana is an Italian designer, and it's luxury men's fashion. Women's fashion as well. Yeah, but
although they majorly do need a bit of a rebrand.
In Bicester, the store looks like you've opened up my granddad's closet. But
bizarre.
Yeah, but the quality of their clothing is it overrides that experience, and the staff were amazing in there as well.
What's his name? Andrea, yeah. He came and stopped me and said, just by the way, if I've seen you've got your eye on this jacket here. Great salesman as well. I've seen you've got your eye on this jacket. If you decide that you do want it, I know your size now. Here's my card. Drop me a call. I'll put it to one side or have it shipped out to you. Obviously not going to have it shipped because we're in the UK, but I knew what he meant. So anyway, I found this jacket and I was deliberating because I wasn't sure whether it was the right size on the shoulders, and I'm talking like very small millimeters here, probably about a centimetre at most, but when you're spending that kind of money you want it to be perfect. And so I tried on a small and I tried the medium on again, and to cut a long story short, I went ahead with the medium, made the decision that I was going to purchase this jacket, at which point I had asked Lydia about 50 times whether I should or shouldn't, and I'm gonna let her make the decision, but she made sure that I made my own decision. And as soon as I made it, she went, I'll buy it for you as a treat. And I was like, oh! It was very nice. But proper played me, because she's waiting. Well, no. If I'd have said no, you wouldn't have bought me it. Well, no, because...
You want to make sure that I was willing to buy it myself, and I wanted it that badly.
Exactly, that's the point, because otherwise it's an expensive item, and I don't want you to buy it just because I'm saying I'll get it for you.
Yeah, for the sake of it.
I want you to really want it. And I thought it was absolutely lovely, and it was exactly what you wanted, and it was really smart.
I'll show you it, I'll show you.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if, because you don't own any gilets, I wasn't sure if you'd wear them. But I hope that you do, because
I think I will.
Also, how many times today have I told you that I like your outfit?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Lydia likes my outfit.
I really like Ali's outfit today.
You're about that. But anyway, we're just about to lose the battery. I can see it flashing.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to go and get some food, probably at the, is it called the farm shop?
So, yeah, the Soho House Farm Shop.
The restaurant here at Vista.
So good there.
Because we couldn't get into the pub restaurant that we were going to, they're not answering the phone, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
So we're going to go get some food. I'll try and sort of capture some bits on my phone, and then I'll pick back up when we get back home later on tonight.
Are we going to do the last shops though before we go and get food?
Yes, I'm going to do that.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Peace. What have you seen? What I was going to share with you the pickups. I ended up picking up 3 items in total, but I thought it's probably best to save it to the morning when you can actually see in proper daylight what they look like. But yeah, so we'll do that tomorrow. I've managed to get some washing on. I'm gonna get a couple of loads on before we go to bed. You can see in the background, the log burner is burning. It is getting to that time of year, telling you. And a little tip actually, if you've got a log burner that's glass fronted, if you use newspaper to clean the glass, this may be like common knowledge, I don't know, it does an incredible job. And then obviously you can just burn the leftover newspaper in the fire to get it started. It's like kindling. My dad told me one year at Christmas and I was like, wow, I did not know that. A nice little fascinating fact. So if you want to keep that glass nice and clean, newspaper's your trick. But anyway, we're just gonna chill. Lydia is snuggled up with a water bottle. Wow.
Sloppy.
That was an incredible yawn to have captured on camera.
Bad of my yawn.
And yeah, having a little chill, aren't you?
You're going to refill my hot water bottle, aren't you?
Is it not? Is it already? I've only just filled it.
I know, but it's not warm enough anymore.
Okay, I didn't do a good job then. So yeah, we'll pick back up in the morning and I'll share with you what I picked up from Vista. My little precious angel. How you feeling? You've had a little visit to the vets today, haven't you? So this morning, Lumi came in very on edge, big eyes, and she was stress cleaning. So we pick up now when she over cleans that it's normally because she's kind of stressed, especially when she's quite on edge. And it was every time she licked her tail, we thought, and back left leg. But I think it's just to do with the back left leg. The vet said that they didn't see anything was wrong, but she had a high temperature, so they've given her something for that. When she got back, I let her sleep on me for about 15-20 minutes. And then when she got back up again, she started limping on her left leg. So there's definitely something not quite right with the left leg, but I'm not sure quite what, because it's definitely not like her. And again, every time she went to lick it, all of a sudden she would kind of like freak out and run off. It's definitely not broken or anything because she can jump and move around and it's fine, but there's something that's not okay. So we're going to take her back to the vets on Saturday anyway, to get her checked over again. But at the minute we're just letting her rest up and sleep. Bless her. She's definitely not her full normal self at the moment. When I was trying to work out why she'd came in spooked, I started looking at the CCTV around the house to see if I could track her, and I caught her this morning at 8:04 walking from the front of the house across the drive, and she was kind of fine. She was just walking normally, wasn't stressed or running in or anything, because I wasn't sure whether she had had like a fight or whether she had like jumped off something and I don't know, landed badly, and so that kind of would have explained everything. But I didn't find anything. But what I did see is on our side garden there was a ruffle of feathers, and I was like, oh, what's that? So I went outside and had a look, and there was pretty much no remains. It was just a little bit of sort of like intestines. I know this is really gross, on the grass, and I was like, oh no, she hasn't had a pigeon, but then she hasn't surely digested a whole pigeon. I went back on the CCTV to see what had been going on and how these feathers had got there. I made the assumption that perhaps because yesterday we had a pigeon fly into one of the windows, I actually managed to catch it and release it from the basement and it flew off fine. I was like, perhaps it wasn't fine and it flew back and landed on the grass with a damaged leg or wing or something, and a fox had come along. I feel sorry for foxes, they always get the blame, and it had taken it away. So I'm watching the CCTV and I find the point where the pigeon's on the ground flapping. So I've then gone back to when it arrived there initially, and what happened was a pigeon flew down to the grass and was kind of like flapping around, and then another pigeon fell down, but it actually had a bird of prey on it. And what happened is obviously the bird of prey has gone into the tree, taken out one of the pigeons. The other one's gone into a panic and fell down and kind of like flapping around, not knowing what to do with itself. And then the bird of prey basically sat there on my grass for probably half an hour and just picked away and ate the entirety of this pigeon. It was like, wow. I'm not actually sure what bird of prey it was. It wasn't huge, but very, very, very aggressive by the looks of it. So anyway, that's what happened this morning. So yeah, it's been a busy morning. I have a really exciting campaign coming up that I'm going to be shooting
very soon. So this morning I was just running through the product and seeing all of the functions, what it can do. It's a brand that I absolutely love. I already own many of their products. I actually use their products on this channel. So there's a little hint for you, but it will be coming very soon, possibly in next week's video actually, if all goes to plan. So that's what I've been doing this morning. I am going to share with you my Bicester pickups, as I mentioned yesterday, so we'll get busy doing that. I'm just going to quickly go downstairs, check in with Bolly, see if he's okay, because we had a little shoot this morning. He's so funny. He's going through that phase at the minute where he likes to nibble on everything, and he's definitely got a taste for watches. Manta brush. Yes. I just went downstairs to go and find the main man in the house, and he was having his dinner, and I was like, there's no way I'm getting in between that boy and his food. So I'll have to catch up with Bolly another day. But as mentioned, it's time to see what I picked up from Vista. So I would say that my shop was predominantly a functional shopping trip. Me and Lids have been going on a lot more walks recently, and so I'm starting to learn what it is that I need and the items from my wardrobe that perhaps I'm lacking. The reason why I picked up this North Face windproof jacket is because I wanted something that was water repellent, that was really, really lightweight. Like, this is paper thin. It's going to be extremely functional and very practical whilst I'm out and about, because I'm going to be dressing with probably thermals, and I'm going to have layers on and fleeces, as you'll see in a second. So I don't need something that's going to be like really big and bulky that's going to keep me warm. This is more like a weatherproof item of clothing that's going to serve its purpose, and like I said, it just needs to be super practical. So this is the cyclone jacket from the North Face. It's got the North Face logo on the back and of course on the chest. Windwall written on the sleeve just there, and then it's got elasticated cuffs and waistline. The jacket retails, I think it's £75. Yep. And I picked this up from Vista for £50. So it was a really good price, fits very nicely. So yeah, that was the first item. The next item I picked up was again from North Face. This is a green fleece that I'm going to be wearing to keep me warm, primarily. I really liked the colour of it. It's very country. It's going to look nice when we're walking around the local area. This is in a size medium, normally retails at £90. I managed to get it for 60, so it was quite the steal. It's got a very decent sized collar on it, which is going to keep me protected around the neckline if it gets really windy. And then inside it's got a nice little internal pocket, which is great for storing like your wallet or keys or anything that you really don't want to get lost and also want to keep safe. So it's the second item that I picked up on our travels. And then lastly, the gilet that you've heard so much about. This is the Loro Piana gilet, as you can see, in a colour black. It's got this kind of quilted front finish with a zip. It has an elasticated collar and shoulder area, and then the back's just a nice smooth finish. The reason why I really wanted a gilet that had a flat finish is because I didn't want the padding, I didn't want the depth. I want to be able to wear this underneath a blazer, a jacket, and so I wanted something that was really slimline. This provides that. It gives the contrast between warm gilet, and then it has that kind of practical aspect to it, which means I'm going to be able to wear it underneath a jacket. So this is the gilet that's going to fulfill that role of being a smart gilet that I can wear under my suits. Also when I'm going out and about for dinner in the evenings, is something that I can put on. Inside it's got one internal pocket just on the inside of the chest, and it actually says inside the jacket that these garment was inspired by the official uniforms that were created for the European team members competing in the Ryder Cup. Talking of golf, I'm playing again tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it with my best friend Blewett. I haven't seen him for a very, very long time, so it's gonna be great to link up with him as well. But yeah, this is my baby. So whilst I was out yesterday, I was wearing my Church's boots. In fact, I'll just grab them. I don't know if you can see on the camera. They actually look pretty decent on the camera, to be fair. No, they look really good on the camera. To the eye, they're very matte at the moment, and they are supposed to have a little bit of a shine to them. And they're about a year old, maybe not quite a year. I brought them sort of like winter time last year. They need a polish. I've got a lot of polishing gear. I could do with a bit more, but I'm gonna give these a good polish. So I thought, I'm gonna quickly YouTube
how to correctly polish shoes. Now, there's obviously a few different techniques. I watched a promo video for Kiwi, which is the actual brand of the polish and the brush that I own. The reason why I've selected that brand is just because when I was growing up, it's the brand that my dad used to always use. My dad actually showed me how to polish, but I was probably about 10 years old, so I can't remember much of it. I'm gonna get stuck in now. It's quite a satisfying thing to watch, as long as the camera picks it up properly, because they actually look like they've got a lovely shine on them on this camera. It must just be the way the light's coming in, but they really don't. So yeah, we're gonna give these a good old polish. And this is very relevant, not just to you men out there, but for you ladies as well. A lot of women are wearing leather boots, and it's important to make sure that you're keeping those looking absolutely crisp, because it's really important, I think, to have a nice pair of well-presented shoes. There are of course occasions when it really doesn't matter, festivals and the like, but if you're gonna be doing anything kind of like commercial or industry related, I think it's nice to make sure that you're well presented, and shoes are one of those things that I think definitely make a statement. Preparation: brush, toothbrush, a cloth, a boot, another cloth, some good old shoe polish, and of course a coffee. From how I understand the process from the very efficient video that I've just watched on YouTube is: step one, protect your surface, remove your laces from your shoes, and then grab yourself a brush, and then we just want to make sure that we've cleaned any bits of mud and dirt that have collected on the shoe, and certainly around the sole area. Just work that through now, make sure the shoes are prepped, ready for the polish to be applied. I'll tell you what, the boots look better already. You want to have two cloths. In the video they actually used a pair of tights for the second application, but I've got two cloths here. I'm going to be using this cloth to apply my polish, and then later on I'm going to be using this to buffer up the shoe. So I'm going to crack open our shoe polish. I've gone for a black shoe polish. I didn't know this as well. I always used to try and struggle to pull these off, and this little metal clip that's on the side of the tin, if you just twist it, just pops it off. Now for some people, they'll be like, how did you not know that? I didn't know it. So if you didn't know it, now you know it as well. It's a really easy one, you know. With two fingers, you want to create a nice wrap around your fingers so you've got a good, solid applicating tool. Take our polish and in a circular motion just collect about that much polish, and then we're going to just dab around the shoe just to make sure that we get an even application, and then I'm just going to work this in to the boot in a circular motion. Now once you've put that application on, this is where the toothbrush comes in really handy, because it can just help get into those nooks and crannies. So I'm just going to work around the base of the shoe on top of the sole, and just make sure that I'm getting the polish right into the corners. Now for the next stage, we're just going to allow the polish to dry, and then when we come back we're going to buffer them up with a brush. Now I actually have two brushes. I'm going to grab the one out of the cupboard quickly. This brush actually arrived with the YRX boots that I received. A very handy kit to have. They had a shoehorn and then a brush here. And then I'm going to use this as my cleaning shoe brush because it's a little bit harder, and then this is a little bit softer and smaller, so I can just create nice circular motions just to work into the boot really well. So should have added that in at the beginning. So next up, it's time to get these buffed up. It would probably be advised when doing this to wear an apron to protect your clothing, or wear clothing like I am, that you're not too fussed about getting ruined, because if you get polish on you, you might not get it out. Lovely job. Now next up, you're going to get some water, which you can just pop into the lid of your polish. want to create a nice wrap around your 2 fingers, and then we just want to dab the water just like this around the shoe. And then I'm just going to move this polish over to here. And then just very gently, we just want to work this into the shoe. So, are you ready to see the final product? So as I mentioned, the camera's doing quite a good job of making these unpolished shoes look fairly shiny. They definitely don't look that shiny to the eye. Perhaps my eyes are slightly off, but I don't think they are. But anyway, these are the shoes that I haven't done. And if we spin it around, you'll see this is the shoe that I have. So I'd say a noticeable difference on the camera, but to eye, it's just such a huge difference. They look so much deeper and richer. I love it. A job worth doing. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Don't underestimate the power of a good polish. Even though I've covered it in this video, it's obviously in a vlog, it's quite hard to find. I will link in the description box below the Kiwi tutorial video, which is very straightforward. It's only 1.5 minutes long or something, and you can all get busy polishing up your boots so you can have nice, clean, fresh boots to make sure those first impressions are always on point. Two nicely polished boots. That is exactly how you get the most out of your shoes. Keep them maintained, keep looking after them. I'm very happy with the results. Now, just to really seal the deal with these, I've already done 1 coat. I'm going back for a second. I am going to use the Ultra Repel. All you need to do is hold this can around about 15 centimeters away from the boot, and then just give them a light spray. And we'll turn those around. And then the backs. What that will do is that will help repel the water. So when it hits the boots, it runs off, so you won't get any water stains. That's the idea anyway. What's the brand? Cherry Blossom Premium Ultra Repel. I bought this a very long time ago actually, and I haven't really used it, so a treat. And then also from the same brand, I obviously got proper sucked in, didn't I, by the salesman in the store, or the saleswoman. These are a shoe deodorant. This is actually so good. If anybody's got any gym trainers that are a little bit stinky, I highly recommend this. Give it a good shake, and then inside you can give your shoes a little bit of a freshen up with this. These have already had this, which is why I didn't blitz them just then, but that just finishes off. I also did the same to my Jimmy Choo boots over here that are currently on charge. As you can see, the lead's going up. These boots heat up when you wear them, which is so cool. And as we're coming into the winter months, I thought I'd give these a service, already fully charged for the next time I head out and it's a little bit cold. So 2 probably very happy boots. Anyway, I think that wraps up today's vlog. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been a bit of a random one, I think. Has it? I don't know. Good old trip to Bicester and some good old shoe maintenance. What more could you ask for? Anyway, I look forward to seeing you next time. Same place. Have a good one. Peace.